So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get my main man, Jesse Goodfellow. This guy, come on in, Jesse. This guy's my good buddy. He's also jacked ripped. He's sporting the Final Start Fitness shirt, and he also looks really good. Sorry, ladies, he's already taken though. But so we're gonna get Jesse in here. We're gonna actually help show you some things to do as well as things not to do. So we're gonna demonstrate to you the things not to do when you're doing the bench press. I'm gonna have Jesse here lay down on the bench, and he's actually gonna perform some reps, doing it the way you probably see most of the people do inside the gym. Now go ahead and lay back, Jesse. A few things that he's gonna do. Remember, most people are thinking about how can I get the weight from point A, which is from his chest, to point B at the extended lengthened position. They're not thinking about how can I make my chest work harder, which is the primary mover of what we're trying to activate. So what Jesse's gonna do, because he's trying to be the boss, you know, he wants to put up as much weight as he can. He's got some, you know, issues with lowering his pride. He's gonna try to arch his back. He's gonna push his feet up, arch his back. He's gonna get a really wide grip. And what he's gonna do is accelerate the bench or the bar down very quickly and actually use the momentum to bounce it off of his chest. All these things are taking away tension from the muscle, which is what we don't want to do if we're trying to make the muscle work harder. So let's go ahead and demonstrate, Jesse, what this looks like. And you guys probably see this quite a bit. See how he's bouncing off the chest? He's shortening the distance from the chest to the bar. He's got an arch in his back to help push him and disperse the muscle, disperse the tension to where he's making it easier on the chest. So them are some things that you don't want to do. Now we're going to be able to show you how to do it correctly. So remember, what we're trying to activate in this workout is primarily our chest muscles, our pecs. So we're going to use the 6 essentials of execution to explain the proper mechanics of the bench press. So Jesse's going to go ahead and lift the bar up from here, and we're going to be able to explain to you what a bench press should look like through these 6 essentials. So let's go ahead and lift it up, Jesse. So what he's going to do is he's going to bring the bar down at about a 3 to 4 second rep range. And what he's going to do is he's going to hold it there, and then he's going to initiate the muscle first and then come up with the set. Now, go ahead and rack it. So the first essential point of execution is initiate the working muscle, engage the working muscle first. Now you saw at the bottom of the rep when he stopped, the way you want to engage the working muscle is you actually want to pull the bar in and contract the muscle first. You actually get about 30 to 40% neurological output, more output, when you actually engage and contract the muscle first. So this is a crucial point to maximizing your muscle recruitment in the bench press. So that's essential number 1. Okay, so now I'm going to have Jesse on the second essential point of execution. I'm going to show you, we talked about the way he did it wrong. I'm going to just demonstrate that one more time, and then we'll show you how to do it right. Now, one of the things, number 2 is that we want to eliminate extraneous movement or any type of inertia. I was explaining this to one of the people that I train, and one of the things that she mentioned as I was explaining this to her, she said, so what this means is you don't steal the tension, and that's what I love, is the idea is we don't want to steal any tension away. So just don't steal the tension. So we saw him do it wrong. Remember, he arched his back, so Jesse's going to go ahead and do it again like he had done prior. He actually took a huge wide grip. He's arching his back, creating a short distance, but he's also letting the weight drop really rapidly, and then he's going to bounce it off his chest. Now, again, let's go ahead and rack it, Jesse. Every time that you do that, he's using his legs, his abdominal to help push and move the bar up like that. So he's actually dispersing the muscle from the tension from the chest, and he's stealing the tension, putting it at different places, whether it be the legs. You could say the same thing for different lifts, like let's say you're using the curl and you start swinging it. the same principle. We want to eliminate any of that movement, so we know if the shoulder joint's the only thing that's moving, we know that we're activating the chest and we're putting the primary tension on the chest. So that's what it means to eliminate an inertia or extraneous movement, is just don't steal the tension. So Jesse's going to show us what eliminating inertia and extraneous movement looks like. He's just, again, we just want him to move from the shoulder joint, because right here is a fully lengthened position of the pectoral muscle. Right here is the shortened position. So if we know this joint's the only thing that's moving, we know the chest is getting activated. And so what we want is we want to come down nice and slow and let the bar dictate, the weight's going to dictate the tempo. He's going to stop completely. He's going to contract, and then he's going to come up. He's going to keep tension on that muscle the whole time on the eccentric phase as well as the concentric phase. So let's do it again one more time, Jesse. He comes down nice and slow. He completely stops, contracts the muscle, and activates, and then up. Good job, Jesse. Okay, the third thing we're going to explain is that you want to keep constant tension and constant tempo through the full range of motion. So again, some of these are going to overlap a little bit, but that's what we want. So I'm going to explain to you what it looks like to keep the constant tension through the full range of motion. Remember last time when he was doing it wrong, he was letting the weight drop, and therefore he lost tension on the way down. So what we want is we want to keep it a consistent, slow speed and tempo as you drop the bar down. And then what a lot of people do at the top of the range of the motion, which is up here, is they actually lock their arms out and then they hold it. What this does is when your arms are stacked, there's actually no more tension right here on the chest. So what we want Jesse to do is once he gets to the top, we want him to come right back down. So go ahead, let's go ahead and do it the wrong way, and then we'll show it to you the right way. So what he's going to do is he's going to lift the bar up. He's going to let the bar drop really rapidly. He's going to bounce it off his chest, and then he's going to hold it there because he's kind of tired. Normally this happens towards the end of the set when you get really, really tired. We might just make Jesse work really hard right now while he's sitting here, you know, lifting the bar, making it look easy. But again, he'll sit there and pause, and then he'll bounce it again a few more times, and then he'll come back up. So let's go ahead and rack it. What we want him to do is actually come down at a really slow, consistent speed. He's going to contract the muscles just like we talked about. When he comes back up, he's going to immediately bring the bar right back down, keeping tension placed on the pecs the whole entire range of motion. So let's go ahead and do it the right way again. So you're going to start at the top. He's going to come down nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, stop, contract, all the way up. Now when he comes down, he's going to pull the bar into him to contract the muscle first and then initiate the movement. And then he's going to stop and come right back down. And that's how we keep constant tension on the muscle through the full range of motion, as well as a constant tempo.